Welcome to the Unit 5 test review, where we'll go over essential concepts such as international trade, globalization, and the role of government in the global economy. This review will guide you through important questions and provide hints to help you answer them effectively. Let's get started. Question 1. International division of labor. The first question focuses on what a country can achieve with an international division of labor. Think about how specializing in specific types of production can benefit a country within the global market. Hint: look for an answer that emphasizes focusing on what a country does best. Question 2. Benefits to colonizers from colonies. This question examines how colonial powers benefited economically from their colonies. Remember that colonizers often extracted resources to fuel their economies back home. Colonial powers established extensive trade networks that allowed them to import valuable resources like spices, minerals, and agricultural products from their colonies. These resources were often processed and manufactured into goods in the colonizers' home countries, creating significant economic growth and development. Tip: think about how colonizers used resources from their colonies to grow and sustain their own economies. They not only gained raw materials, but also created new markets for their manufactured goods, leading to a cycle of economic dependency that benefited the colonizing nations. Understanding this dynamic can help you see the broader impacts of colonization on global economic patterns and the lasting effects on both the colonizers and the colonized territories. Question 3. Impact of protective tariffs. Protective tariffs can influence trade by making imported goods more expensive. Consider how these tariffs affect both consumers and international trade relations. For instance, when goods cost more due to tariffs, it limits trade because fewer people are willing or able to afford them. These tariffs serve as a tool for governments to protect domestic industries from foreign competition, but they can also lead to trade wars and strained international relations. Tip: think about how these tariffs create a ripple effect in the global economy. Consumers might face higher prices, leading to decreased demand for certain products. On the other hand, domestic producers may benefit from reduced competition. Understanding the delicate balance of protective tariffs can help you grasp their complex role in international trade and economic policies. In the era of rapid globalization, one of the most significant trends has been the dramatic reduction in transportation costs. This shift has been largely driven by advancements in global infrastructure and logistics. As countries invest in better roads, ports, and airports, the efficiency of moving goods across borders has significantly improved. Consider the role of container shipping, which revolutionized the way goods are transported internationally. Standardized containers have made it easier and cheaper to load, unload, and transfer products across different modes of transport. Similarly, advancements in air freight have enabled quicker delivery times for high-value goods, making global trade more dynamic and responsive. Improved transportation not only lowers costs, but also expands market access for businesses. Small and medium-sized enterprises can now compete on a global scale, reaching customers far beyond their local markets. This enhanced connectivity fosters economic growth and encourages innovation. However, it's important to recognize that while reduced transportation costs benefit many, they can also lead to challenges. Increased competition from international markets can pressure domestic industries to adapt or risk being outcompeted. Additionally, environmental concerns related to increased transportation emissions cannot be overlooked. Understanding these trends helps us appreciate the complex interplay between globalization and transportation infrastructure. It highlights the importance of strategic investments in logistics to sustain economic growth while addressing the associated challenges. As you prepare for your Unit 5 test, consider how these trends in globalization and transportation costs shape the global economy and impact various stakeholders. Reflect on the balance between economic benefits and the need for sustainable practices in global trade. As we delve deeper into globalization, one of the most compelling outcomes is the reduction in prices for goods and services. But why exactly does globalization lead to lower prices? The answer lies in increased competition. When companies from different parts of the world enter the same market, they are driven to innovate and cut costs to stay competitive. This often results in lower production costs, which are then passed on to consumers as reduced prices. For instance, consider the electronics industry. With manufacturers from Asia, Europe, and the Americas all vying for market share, They are continuously seeking ways to produce more efficiently and at lower costs. This competitive environment ensures that consumers benefit from a wide range of affordable products. Moreover, global supply chains enable companies to source materials and labor from regions where they're cheapest. This further drives down production costs. For example, a smartphone might be designed in the United States, assembled in China, and use components from various countries, each chosen for their cost-effectiveness. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that while globalization brings the benefit of lower prices, it can also pose challenges. Domestic industries might struggle to compete with cheaper imported goods, leading to job losses and economic shifts. Additionally, the focus on cost-cutting can sometimes lead to compromises in product quality and sustainability. As you prepare for your Unit 5 test, consider how globalization's competitive pressures influence pricing strategies and production efficiencies. Reflect on the balance between the economic advantages of lower prices and the potential downsides for local industries and the environment. This understanding will give you a comprehensive view of how globalization shapes our world. As we continue understanding the complexities of globalization, it's essential to recognize the pivotal role central banks play in shaping the global economy. Central banks are the primary institutions responsible for setting a country's monetary policies, which in turn influence inflation rates, interest rates, and overall economic stability. But how do these decisions impact the global economy? Let's break it down. Firstly, central banks manage inflation by controlling the money supplies and setting interest rates. For instance, if inflation is high, a central bank might raise interest rates to curb spending and borrowing, thereby cooling down the economy. Conversely, if economic growth is sluggish, lowering interest rates can encourage borrowing and investment, stimulating economic activity. These policies don't just affect the domestic economy, they have global ramifications. For example, when the US Federal Reserve adjusts its interest rates, it can influence global financial markets, affecting everything from stock prices to currency exchange rates. This interconnectedness means that decisions made by one central bank can have ripple effects across the world. Moreover, central banks often engage in foreign exchange operations to stabilize their currency. By buying or selling their own currency, they can influence exchange rates, which affects international trade and investment flows. A stable currency can make a country more attractive to foreign investors, while significant fluctuations can lead to economic uncertainty. It's also worth noting that central banks play a crucial role during financial crises. By providing liquidity and acting as a lender of last resort, they can prevent bank runs and stabilize the financial system. The 2008 financial crisis is a prime example where coordinated actions by central banks around the world helped to mitigate the impact of the downturn. As you prepare for your Unit 5 test, consider the broad influence central banks have over a country's financial conditions and their significant role in the global economy. Reflect on how their policies can stabilize or destabilize markets and the delicate balance they must maintain to foster economic growth while keeping inflation in check. This understanding will provide you with a comprehensive view of the interconnected nature of our global economic system. As we delve deeper into the intricacies of the global financial system, it's crucial to understand the role of the Bank for International Settlements, or BIS. The BIS works to maintain financial stability by coordinating banking regulations among its member countries. But what exactly does the BIS do, and why is it so important? The BIS acts as a platform for central banks to collaborate on creating stable financial environments. By fostering cooperation, it helps to ensure that monetary policies are aligned and effective across borders. This coordination is particularly vital during times of financial uncertainty, where synchronized actions can prevent systemic risks from escalating. For instance, the BIS provides a forum for central banks to discuss and develop common regulatory standards. This includes setting guidelines for banking supervision, risk management, and financial reporting. By harmonizing these regulations, the BIS helps to create a more resilient global banking system. Moreover, the BIS conducts extensive research and analysis on global financial trends. It shares this valuable information with its member central banks, enabling them to make informed decisions. This research covers a wide range of topics, from the impact of new financial technologies to the challenges posed by economic globalization. Another critical function of the BIS is to act as a bank for central banks. It offers financial services such as asset management and reserve management to its members. This role helps central banks to manage their reserves more efficiently and supports the overall stability of the international monetary system. In times of financial crisis, the BIS can also play a stabilizing role by facilitating international cooperation and providing emergency support. Its efforts during the 2008 financial crisis, for example, were instrumental in coordinating global responses and mitigating the crisis's impact. As you prepare for your Unit 5 test, remember the significant contributions of the BIS to global financial stability. By promoting cooperation, setting regulatory standards, and providing valuable research, the BIS helps to create a safer and more stable global economy. Understanding the BIS's role will give you a more comprehensive view of how international financial systems are managed and the importance of coordination among central banks. In a globalized economy, companies often face difficult choices when deciding where to operate. One challenging aspect is the decision to do business in countries with poor human rights records. Why do some companies choose to operate in these environments despite the ethical dilemmas? The primary driver is economic incentives. Companies are often attracted to these countries due to lower labor costs, fewer regulations, and potentially higher profit margins. By prioritizing profitability, they can maximize their returns and remain competitive in the global market. However, this focus on economic benefits sometimes comes at the expense of ethical considerations. Companies might overlook human rights issues such as poor working conditions, lack of labor rights, and other social injustices in favor of financial gains. It's also important to consider the concept of investment safety. Some countries with poor human rights records may offer more stable investment environments due to strong government control. This can provide a sense of security for companies looking to safeguard their investments. As you prepare for your Unit 5 test, remember that the reasons companies operate in countries with human rights issues are complex and multifaceted. While economic benefits and investment safety are significant factors, it's crucial to weigh these against the ethical implications and the broader impact on society. Understanding this delicate balance will give you a deeper insight into the complexities of global business operations and the tough decisions companies must make in the pursuit of profitability. Outsourcing is when a company moves parts of its production or services to another country to reduce costs. This is a common practice in today's globalized economy, allowing companies to leverage the benefits of lower labor costs and specialized expertise available in other regions. Consider the example of a US-based electronics manufacturer. To remain competitive in the global market, this company might source components such as microchips or circuit boards from countries like Taiwan or South Korea. These countries have well-established electronics industries, offering high-quality components at a fraction of the cost compared to domestic suppliers. By outsourcing the production of these components, the US company can significantly reduce its manufacturing expenses. This cost-saving strategy allows the company to invest more in innovation, marketing, and other areas that drive its business growth. Additionally, it can pass on some of these savings to consumers, offering more affordable products and maintaining its competitive edge in the market. However, outsourcing is not without its challenges. Companies must carefully manage supply chain logistics, ensure quality control, and navigate potential political and economic risks in the supplier countries. Despite these challenges, the economic benefits of outsourcing often outweigh the drawbacks, making it a vital strategy for many businesses. As you study for your Unit 5 test, remember that outsourcing is a critical component of the global economy. It highlights the interconnectedness of modern business operations and the strategic decisions companies make to optimize their resources and maximize profits. Globalization has brought numerous benefits to the United States, significantly contributing to its economic growth. One of the most notable advantages is the overall increase in economic activity due to global trade. By engaging in international trade, US companies can access larger markets, diversify their product offerings, and benefit from economies of scale. This expansion not only boosts the profits of individual businesses, but also stimulates job creation and innovation across various sectors. Furthermore, globalization allows US consumers to enjoy a wider variety of goods and services at competitive prices. The importation of foreign products encourages domestic companies to improve their efficiency and reduce costs to stay competitive. This competitive environment leads to better quality products and more choices for consumers. Additionally, globalization facilitates the flow of capital and investment into the US economy. Foreign investors bring in capital, technology, and expertise, which enhance the productivity and growth potential of American industries. This influx of resources helps to create a more dynamic and resilient economy. As you prepare for your Unit 5 test, remember that globalization is a key driver of economic expansion and growth for the US. It underscores the importance of international trade and investment in shaping a prosperous and competitive economy. That wraps up our review for Unit 5. This test covers essential concepts of international trade, the impact of government intervention, and how globalization shapes the economy. Remember to review each concept and think critically about how government policies influence both domestic and global economies. Good luck on your test, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more reviews.